Today we are going to be making a paper sculpture. This is an example of one that I've done in the past using rolled newspapers, and this one also includes magazine paper and a frame. But this is just the basic concept here, and you can see the different levels that I've used. Here is another example of magazine papers. Now let's take a look at our materials that we'll be using today. You will need some kind of paper. It can be magazine paper, newspaper, scrap mail, whatever you have. You'll also need scissors to cut your strips. You'll need glue to seal your tubes. I use a ruler to rip the paper into strips. And then you'll also need some cylinders. These can be anything from a pencil, a marker, if you have like a dowel rod laying around, that could be great for this as well. The first part of our project is to make strips that we can then roll into tubes. Here I've marked where I'm going to cut. Then I'm going to cut roughly along the lines. I'm also going to use a ruler. That's just another way to tear your strips. Here I've also done double layers to save time. Next, we're going to measure the length of our strips. So here I'm lining up my cylindrical object, a marker in this case, and measuring where it's going to end. Then I'm going to stack up all my papers, and then we're going to cut the length right where we marked, and do the same thing with the rest of your strips. Now we're ready to roll. Get it? It's a joke. So you can line your cylinder up on your strips and roll it up to the end. Then you're going to place some glue right on the edges. I like to do a line, that way I know that the whole thing is going to be sealed. I like to roll it and hold it there for just a minute, that way it has some time to set. Then you can pull your object out of the tube. Sometimes it depends which way it will come out easier. Then set your tube aside and keep rolling. You'll do this until you have the quantity you want. You can do this with varying sized objects as well. You could have maybe a perfume bottle would make a very large cylinder versus a small skinny marker as shown here. Now that you have your tubes rolled, we can get ready to sculpt. Here is a variety of different sizes shown next to each other. Obviously, the pencil will make the skinniest, whereas the skinny marker makes a medium size, and the fat marker makes a larger tube. Next, you're going to cut either on the diagonal. You could do a curved top or a concave top, whichever you would like. You don't even have to cut them if you don't want to. These are just options for different styles. Then, once you have them cut, you are going to sculpt them all together. Now you are going to start assembling your piece. You can do this in any fashion that you like. Here I'm just showing you an example. Thank you for watching. I hope you can add this technique to your toolbox and go create something awesome.